You ever notice how most men think they've figured women out? But truth is, they're playing the wrong game. Yeah? What if I told you that something as simple as a woman having small breasts actually reveals way more about human psychology and how society warps your perception than you ever realized? Sounds crazy, right? But it's real. See, this isn't just about looks. It runs way deeper. We're talking about how women are judged, how their self-image is shaped, and how men, you included, have been subconsciously programmed to see certain traits as more valuable, even when none of that holds weight in reality. The Stoics taught this brutally simple truth. Most of the pain, confusion, and frustration in life comes from misjudging reality, from confusing what seems true with what's actually true. And brother, when it comes to understanding women, this couldn't be more accurate. Stick around, because once you see this, you won't unsee it. This will literally change how you look at women and how you navigate female nature from this day forward. Let's be honest. We live in a world completely hijacked by illusions. Movies, ads, Instagram, TikTok, all drilling the same message into your head since you were a kid. Bigger is better, more is better, volume equals value. And yeah, when it comes to women's bodies, that lie runs deep. But here's the harsh truth, brother. That's nothing but a manufactured fantasy designed to keep you blind, distracted, and disconnected from reality. You've been sold the idea that a woman's worth, her beauty, her femininity, her desirability should be measured by the size of her chest. And most men completely swallowed that lie without ever questioning it. But here's where things get interesting, because reality doesn't care about your conditioning. Reality doesn't care about trends, filters, or algorithms. In fact, women with small breasts, they're some of the most misunderstood women on the planet. Society doesn't talk about it, but psychology does. There are layers to this that go way beyond surface-level attraction. This isn't just about looks. This is about how perception shapes behavior, how the subconscious drives desire, and how both men and women get trapped inside a mental prison built by societal expectation. And if you've studied Stoicism, the real, raw, no bullshit Stoicism, not the Instagram quote version, you know this. The highest power a man can have is to see reality as it is, not as he wishes it to be. Marcus Aurelius said it himself. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment of it. And brother, when it comes to women, especially this conversation right here, you've been judging wrong because you've been programmed to. This goes deeper than attraction. This is about how women perceive themselves, how they move in the world, how being born with a certain body type literally shapes their psychology, their behavior, their self-esteem, and even how they show up in relationships. And if you don't understand this, you're flying blind when it comes to female nature. So buckle up, because what I'm about to break down isn't some fluffy self-love nonsense. This is cold, hard psychological reality backed by brutal truths and sharpened by Stoic wisdom. The question is, are you man enough to face it? But here's something that nobody talks about, and most men have zero clue about. Psychology proves girls with small breasts deal with way more judgment, rejection, and silent criticism than you probably ever realized. This isn't me guessing. This is real. It's studied, documented. It's happening whether you see it or not. People, men and women, assume things about them automatically without even knowing they're doing it. She walks into a room and boom, labels, assumptions, judgments, not based on who she is, but based on this cheap, lazy idea of what a real woman is supposed to look like. And no, bro, it's not in her head. It's very real. And you know why this happens? Simple. The brain loves shortcuts, mental autopilot. In psychology, this is called schema theory. Your brain collects patterns from what it sees over and over. Movies, porn, ads, Instagram models, and then starts believing, yup, this is the standard. This is beauty. This is what's feminine. This is what's valuable. So when a woman doesn't fit that pre-programmed mold, the mind glitches. People don't know how to process it. So they misjudge her. They overlook her. Or worse, they attach her worth to some dumb physical standard that was never even real to begin with. And let's just call it for what it is. This is the disease of modern perception, a sickness of the mind. And unless you consciously fight it, unless you choose to unplug from the programming, you stay blind to reality, just like the average man. Weak, easily manipulated, thinking he's making choices, but actually just reacting to conditioning. Look, Marcus Aurelius and the old Stoics warned us about this exact trap, the danger of being a slave to false impression. If someone can show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, he said. Bro, the truth isn't always comfortable, it's not always pretty, but it's the only thing that sets a man free. So here's the brutal truth about women with small breasts. They've had to build resilience in a way most people don't understand. Because when society doesn't hand you easy validation based on appearance, you're either crushed by it or you grow stronger, period. And guess what? That mental toughness, that self-reliance, that inner confidence that isn't built on superficial attention, that's the kind of energy that's magnetic in ways most men can't even comprehend. Because it's rare, it's real, it's not bought, it's earned. Quick one, drop this in the comments right now. Respect the real beyond the surface. Why? Because it's about seeing the truth behind what we're told about women. And while you're at it, tell me, which fact surprised you the most? Let's keep it real. All right, here's a fact most guys don't think about, but it's pretty damn interesting. Girls with smaller breasts, believe it or not, they usually move through life with a lot more ease. I'm talking running, jumping, working out. All the physical stuff feels smoother. No heavy bouncing around, no annoying back pain holding them back. It's like having a built-in advantage. You ever tried sprinting with a heavy backpack? Yeah, that's what big breasts can feel like sometimes. A constant drag. So when a girl isn't weighed down by all that, she's freer, literally. And here's the kicker. When your body feels good, you actually start liking your body more. Simple biology mixed with psychology. It's like a positive loop. The easier you move, the better you feel, the more confident you get in your own skin. Makes total sense, right? Now, here's something else I find fascinating. And this one's gonna hit home if you grew up feeling like the world only saw you for how you looked. For a lot of girls with smaller breasts, they don't get that constant superficial spotlight during their teenage years. No wow, check her out kind of attention plastered everywhere. So what happens? Instead of relying on looks to feel good about themselves, they turn inward. They invest in their minds, their skills, their passions. Yeah, it stings at first. No doubt about it, feeling invisible or less wanted can mess with anyone's head. But here's the raw truth, that pain builds something stronger inside. Resilience, self-worth. That's not just skin deep, a confidence rooted in who they are, not just how they look. And that kind of strength, man, that's a power move most guys will never understand. Because it's forged in a fire way deeper than a six-pack or a fancy car. So next time you find yourself caught up in the usual looks game, remember this, there's a lot more going on under the surface. Real value, real attraction, comes from layers no filter or magazine can touch. It's about mindset, character, and that unshakable self-belief. That's the kind of stuff the Stoics talked about. Mastering your inner world, no matter what the outside says. And honestly, that's the kind of woman worth knowing. Psychologists actually put a name on this. It's called self-complexity. What that means, in simple terms, is that the more parts or facets you have to who you are, like being funny, creative, smart, loyal, or even just a genuinely good human, the tougher you become emotionally. Think of it like having multiple backup plans or superpowers for your mind. When one part of your life takes a hit, you've got others to lean on. That's the kind of armor that makes a real difference when life throws punches. But hey, let's keep it 100% real here. That doesn't mean girls with smaller breasts get to just walk away from society's twisted beauty game untouched. Far from it. Sure, they might dodge some of the overt objectification that women with bigger curves face daily, but the cultural message is still loud and clear. If you don't look a certain way, you don't measure up. And getting hit with that over and over, it's brutal. It digs under your skin, shakes your confidence, makes you question your worth. That's why the real power move, the only one that truly matters, is learning to accept yourself right here, right now, exactly as you are, not waiting to fix something, not chasing some impossible ideal pushed by magazines or TikTok trends. It's about building that unbreakable self-respect that no outside opinion can touch. That kind of acceptance, it's a fortress, stronger than any beauty standard. And honestly, it's the foundation for real freedom. The freedom the Stoics preached about centuries ago. When you stop fighting against what you can't control, like other people's opinions, and instead master your own mind and values, that's where true power lives. And here's something you don't hear enough about. Girls with small breasts often feel a deep kind of power when it comes to body positivity. Yeah, for real. We're living in a time where the old, narrow idea of what beauty should look like is getting knocked down. It's no longer about squeezing into some perfect mold or chasing a single ideal. Now the game has changed. The culture's finally starting to celebrate all shapes and sizes, big, small, curvy, slim, every damn one of them. And when a girl truly accepts her body exactly how it is, it's like unlocking a mental superpower. It frees her from the chains of constant comparison, the pressure to perform, and the need for outside validation. That kind of freedom, it's rare, it's real, and it changes everything. Her confidence, her mood, her whole outlook on life. She's not just existing, she's thriving. Now, let me be blunt. A woman is so much more than the shape or size of her chest. Her real story, it's written in how she deals with life's punches, how she grows through struggle, and how she shows up day after day. It's about resilience, that raw, gritty strength to keep moving forward when the world tries to tell her she's not enough. It's about confidence, not from others, but from knowing her own worth runs way, way deeper than skin and curves. And here's the kicker for us guys watching this. When we start to see women like this, beyond just the surface, something shifts inside us too. We stop judging so damn fast. We get a little more understanding, a little more respect, and maybe, just maybe, we start treating ourselves with that same kind of tough, honest kindness, because at the end of the day, it's all connected. Our ideas about strength, value, and what it really means to be whole. All right, if you found these psychological facts about women eye-opening, especially a dose of that Stoic truth, trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Right here on the screen, you'll see my next video. 29 shocking psychological facts about women. Hit that video and get ready to dive even deeper into the raw, brutal realities that most guys don't talk about. Before you go, don't forget to smash that like button if this video gave you a fresh perspective. Subscribe if you want more no BS truths about masculinity, women, and life. Catch you in the next one. Just click that video on your screen now.